What's up, guys? It's John Reeves Live, and today we're going to be checking out the full band interview with the Rolling Stones that BTS just recently did. We've been checking out their solo interviews. We've got one of RM today at the same time that this one drops. We're going to be dropping JK's, and that one's over on our Patreon. So if y'all want to check that out, that's going to be released, as well as tomorrow we're going to be starting our early access of the new Run BTS episodes. Then we're going to be dropping them over here on YouTube just a little bit after that. So in saying all that, if y'all are new to my channel, smash that sub button. Let's check this one out together, freaking boom! And then hit that play button. Boop.
So small. We're just a boy band from Korea.
Come on. Actually, oh, come on.
Oh, God. I can't wait to hear everybody's opinions on some of these things, man. I can't wait, dude. I'm gonna see him in El Paso.
Rolling Stone.
Woo! We're back.
We're back.
100 songs, 110 songs I've heard from you guys that there were many songs. How do you narrow that down? How do you decide what to focus on? How many of them are finished? What are the ones that aren't on the album? What do they like? Are the ones you miss?
어떻게 될까요? 나 올해 만들었던 곡은 어떻게 돼?
뭐 이제 각자가 이제 뭐 쓰거나 뭐 그러지 않을까?
Can we use them individually or something? Oh, God.
우리 안에서 다 소진을 하겠지. 뭐 딴 데로 가기보다는.
일단 저희가 만들었던 곡들은 저희가 다 같이 모여서 듣고 회사 직원분들도 따로 다 같이 들으면서 의견 취합을 다 같이 한 것 같아요. 이 곡은 좋은 것 같다. 이 곡은 그래도 단체 앨범에 좀 결이 다른 느낌이 있지 않나 뭐 이런 식으로 의견을 내면서 한 곡 한 곡 이렇게 그 곡을 정말 다 들어봤어요, 다 같이. 예.
Does it ever become not a fight but an argument about I love this song, you don't love this song has to be on there? How intense does that discussion get? Because it's important.
I've wondered that myself.
Makes up an album.
사실 정해진 게 아무것도 없었어서 그런 일은 없었습니다.
우리끼리 그냥 우리끼리 합의.
I was about to say, like, he said there's no conflict or there's no disagreements, but I feel like they definitely had some, especially whenever you listen to, like, Body to Body and the way that they were talking about that on the Netflix documentary. They were pretty much like, some had pretty strong opinions about having that song on there because they're like, kind of almost feels like it's the way it's coming in, it makes me cringe a little bit. So like there were definitely some strong opinions on the album. So I'm curious how they did resolve those things.
일단은
엄청 엇갈리지 않나?
엄청 엇갈렸어.
왜? 일단은 각자 취향이 다 달라가지고 뭐가 들어가야 된다 이런 것들에
그것도 바디 투 바디만 엇갈렸지.
Yeah, see, exactly.
One Night도 그렇지.
And One More Night? Oh, dang.
직전까지도 다른 곡을 집어넣겠다고 막 회의를 몇 번 했다가 결국에 막 빠지고 나랑 남준이가 되게 좋아했던 곡이
곡 고를 때 말고 작업할 때.
곡 고를 때 말하는
지금
거.
곡 고를 때 말하는 거지. 아 그래?
사운드 있던
바로 문제가 생겼죠.
There were a lot of conflicts. Like, yeah, which to go and which not to go. You know, maybe like two of us, like really strongly, you know, claim that this song has to be album. If they have some logics or stuff, you know, some even the major number is gonna like, this has to be song. Then it's gonna. There were like so many conflicts. I can't even remember.
Then JK was back there. He's like, there were really any conflicts in RM's. Like, there were so many conflicts.
So it could have been, you could have chosen 14 different songs and we would be having a whole different discussion about what kind of album this is. Is that fair to say?
아, 무조건이죠. 무조건.
Does anyone have like one song that they're still thinking about that they can't let go?
몇 개 있지 않나?
근데 이게 있어도 저희가 말을 못 해드려요.
We can't tell you.
몇개 있었던 것 같아요.
I love how candid it is.
아쉽다 이러면서.
This album is
I
so
don't know
strong, so good, and I feel like it's, at least in part, the answer to the question that you all posed in 2022 after Butter and Permission to Dance and Dynamite, that there was a question of who BTS was and what you would do next. But I was wondering about how everyone felt about that, hitting that moment and the sort of debate about what to do next.
뭐 정체성에 관련된 거는 뭐 사실 뭐 이번 앨범뿐만 아니라 계속해서 저희가 그런 것들 담아왔고 앞으로도 계속
I don't think that's something you ever stop thinking about.
그 나이 때마다 또 그 환경마다 계속해서 이제 생각들이 바뀌다 보니 그런 것들이 이제 계속 앨범에 들어가야 그게 이제 뭐 저희가 나아갈 방향 아닌가 그렇게 생각합니다. 뭐 사실 정체성이란 거는 늘 사실 염두를 해두고 작업을 하고 있고 이번 앨범에서는 특히나 그 정체성이 더 뭔가 보여지는 그런 앨범을 다 같이 만든 것 같고요. 그리고 사실 어떤 곡이든
What a wild looking suit he's got rocking there.
든 그때 그 시기에 맞춰서 할 수 있는 우리들의 음악들을 하고 계속해서 보여주고 그 음악을 통해서 뭔가 다 같이 즐길 수가 있다면은 그것만으로도 굉장히 또 좋은 의미가 아닌가라는 생각도 드네요.
So I think the only consensus we had after the military was that we all are rooted in Korea, and then we came through quite a journey, if we could call it like that. And then let's start it from there, and let's get back to some point, but let's move on for some parts. So you know, it was all about like controlling and finding some point musically, visually. I think we're still, you know, everyone thinks different right now. So, you know, but the Korean thing was that I think that's our identity.
I feel like there's also a push and pull in general between the rappers and the singers, and which sort of predominates. Everyone gets their shot on this album, but I feel like there's a slight rebalancing back towards the rapping, which is really very core to BTS. I wonder how conscious that was.
의도적이라기보다는 우리가 할 수 있는 선에서 뭔가 할 수 있는 것들을 많이 해보자라는 식으로 해봤기 때문에 자연스럽게 그런 뭔가 폼이 나온 것 같고 뭐 어쨌건 그런 우리들의 어렸을 때 그런 뿌리들과 그리고 우리가 들어왔던 음악들과 이런 것들이 조금씩은 지금의 우리에게도 영향이 있지 않나라는 생각도 들고요. 네, 그냥 사실 너무 재밌게 음악하고 만들고 있어서 그리고 오랜만에 팀으로 와가지고 이렇게 하는 것도 즐겁고 그래서 더 그런 진정성이 있는 또 이번 앨범이 탄생이 된 것 같고 오랜만에 온 만큼
I love on Hooligan. I'm obsessed with the falsetto part. You know, why this bass line so rude? You know,
He's got a great voice.
It's so fun to hear everyone sing it. What do you remember about coming up with that part and also distributing it among the singers?
그러니까 뭐 곡율 전반적으로 사실 정국이가 좀 많이 컨트롤을
I
했고
like that.
훌리건.
제가 딱 세션에 도착했을 때 그 훌리건을 딱 작업을 하고 있었고 형 들어보라고 해가지고 들었는데 그럼 뭐 말씀해 주신 그런 보컬 파트나 뭐 랩 파트나 너무 잘 만들어져 있는 그런 곡이었고
그리고 노래 부를 수 있는 그건 완전 랩라들을 위한 약간 곡이었고 사실 보컬은 뭐 정할 필요도 없이 딱 무슨 구간이 정해져 있어가지고 4개가
전반적으로 좀 랩도 그렇고 노래도 그렇고 좀 힘을 좀 빼려고 좀 많이 한 앨범이라
좀 밸런스가 이번에 좀 좋은 것 같아요. 이번 앨범.
I think it did turn out very well balanced as well.
Highest range. Who can hit the highest falsetto?
지민이 아니야?
지민이가
I was about to say Jimin, right?
너무 월등하게 높죠.
그래서 이번
It's
앨범에
vastly
좀 고생 많이
superior.
했다고.
He's like,
우리 팀의 영원한 약간 숙제 같은 거죠. 또 음역대가 있는 친구들이 있고 또 낮은 친구들이 있고 이런 것들을 어떻게 조화롭게 만들어내냐가 사실 BTS 곡을 만드는 데 있어 굉장히 좀 해결을 해야 되는 부분들이 있고 그런 것들을 잘 해결했기 때문에 또 좋은 곡들이 많이 탄생이 됐고
저는 그래도 낮은 쪽인데 이제 많이 배웠죠.
Yeah, I was about to say, dude, his highs have gotten
배우고
so
나서
good.
이제 그나마 좀 괜찮아졌는데 그래도 아직까지는 여전히 저한테는 숙제로 남아있긴 하죠.
아, 너무 잘합니다.
진성이 안 되니까 가성을 하는 거예요.
One of the key decisions, it seems like making this album, was to include Arirang on Body to Body. How did that become part of that song?
Hin and Bang, like which is our head director. He came up with that idea, and he and his producer edited it into one song, and then gave us a listen. And then first time, nah. Second time, okay, I'm getting convinced. Third time, I think this version should be like this.
Goosebumps, wow.
Yeah.
People may forget, but you have actually sung that. It's of course not on the album, but you have sung that whole song in the past.
저희가 어디서 불렀죠?
10 years ago,
파리에서
Oh, nice. Cake on in Paris, huh?
It's a haunting song, a beautiful song, 600 years old.
If you're a Korean, everyone knows the song.
Yes.
just mouth to mouth. It's not in the textbook or from the school. Just everyone just somehow gets to know the song in Korea. And I told you before, we were not we couldn't reach a specific consensus even after the military. So, but I told you like there was one thing that we all know, that we are all from rooted in Korea, and the label like also talked a lot about the things what we want to do next for the 2.0, and they taught us all the histories about Howard.
Yeah.
It was in 1896.
Yeah.
Exactly 130 years ago. The funny thing is that there were 7 guys took the ship to record the first
and one lady.
song
That's awesome.
with the Korean lyrics and Korean voice. So I think it's very. We felt like this is a kind of destiny, and like a time machine, like they were sending to us maybe. So if we claim ourselves our next chapter as, like a new Arirang, then I think it could symbolize us very well, and it's gonna be really, really cool.
I have to say this really quick, okay? So the way that he's talking, the way that he actually phrased this, I don't know how important sometimes his phrasing is, but I look at like words have a lot of meaning, you know what I mean? And sometimes the way that you're saying them has a lot as well too. He said one thing that we could all agree on, as far as like the band goes, is that we're all rooted in Korea, which is like, if you look at it, it's literally the base of them. Where are we all from? We're all from Korea. That's something that's different about us from the rest of the world, is that we're from here. And then that's something that's special about us as well too, right? But that is literally their foundation, as far as like, that's not necessarily a direction. That's not any of that. That's just something that they can all agree on. So I'm wondering, like, with these, maybe they had some meetings talking about like, what do you want 2.0 to be about? And think about this. There's 7 different individual people having that same conversation. What do you think we should do next? What do you think we should do next? And like, every one of them have their own, like, what they're into right now. Like, V is very into fashion, but so is a couple of other members. Like, RM's very into art, but so are a few of the other members. And like, you know what I mean? There's like things that certain of them are definitely really into, that others probably are not at all and really don't care anything about it. So like, whenever they talk and have these conversations about like, what is the band's future, I'm sure those conversations are A, kind of messy, and B, I feel like structuring them in this way, being able to be like, what is something that we can all agree on? What's something that we can all like have this same foundation of? And that being, we're all from Korea. And he said this a few different times, the reason I bring this up. But it's like, that's always one of those things that I feel like you've got 7 individuals coming together, and then also you've got Bang, you've got all these other producers and stuff like that with their hands in the mix, and so like I love the fact that is what they were all like, this is something we can all agree on, right? That we're all this, and but I'm really curious as to like where that evolves and where that takes them from here, because it does seem like something that they're all like, yes, that's the next step for us right now. But I think it's also probably because they all, while they were in the military and before some of them were in the military, like while they were kind of like away from the band for a while, they all had times to just be individuals. And so I feel like having something to bring them back together, even if it is just your nationality, you know what I mean? Having something to hold on to as a band for everybody, I think that's a great thing. So that's kind of like your lighthouse right now, right? And then as you're touring, as you're having these experiences, and as all these things are happening as a band and as a friendship and as a unit and as family and all these things, then you can start really kind of together venturing away from that lighthouse. But right now, coming back, you need something like that. You know what I mean? So I think that's a really important thing they're talking about.
Resonance is really cool.
Yes.
The Howard thing is amazing. Like,
that was an amazing idea.
But the song Aliens is at least a double entendre. It's like, you guys are so cool and so unique. You're like space aliens, but there's also an element you're talking about, sort of the idea of being seen as foreign when you go abroad. I think both things are happening in that song. Tell me about that metaphor and that song coming together.
형 아닌가?
그 원래는 가사가 에일리언이 아니라
endless.
endless.
I was endless first.
그게 endless가 이제 에일리언으로 바꿨으면 좋겠다고 아이디어를 내서 에일리언으로 바꿨죠.
뭐
남자 형이 아이디어를 내주셨잖아요.
The original theme was endless. So it was like endless, like something like that. And the song was really catchy. It sounded nice with Mike Will made it. He's a crazy producer. He's so great. But you know, like it's something endless. Okay, maybe we need a more sharper, edgy theme, and I don't know, like someone who came up with that idea, but endless and aliens, they sound really similar. So we changed to aliens, and I wrote the lyrics with, you know, what if we just, you know, we just claim ourselves as aliens to all those foreigners abroad, and just saying like, brother, please get your slides, you know, indoors, because, you know, I know you guys go to the hotel bed with your shoes on, and that's so dirty. There's something, you know, just a little like humor and like sarcasm like that.
Which is true, by the way. It is
It's so funny.
I agree with you.
Really quick, my dog's trying to get outside, but first y'all got to see my dog before I let her outside. It's kind of a tradition now. She has to come show herself. Come here, Crow. Crow dog! Crow break. You gotta go to the bathroom? Look at her. She's so stoked. I'll be right back. All right, 2 seconds. And we're back. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Crow dog. Boop.
Yeah, so
Comment Crow in the
just,
comments.
You know, since this album is about the being proud as Korean and an Asian, we try to put some the materials that we, you know, only have that we are Koreans and we're from the Far East Asia.
If you're aliens, I think there's a hope that maybe you'll land your ship at the Super Bowl next year. I'm wondering how you guys feel about that. For some reason,
Look at J.O. back there.
Bad Bunny is, of course, American.
It was so cool.
And it was so amazing. But I think the idea of a non-English language Super Bowl halftime show, suddenly people were thinking, well, why not BTS? So I wonder how you all feel about that.
Listen, Empress, I'm looking at you, bud. You called this years ago.
뭔가 너무
말씀 너무 감사합니다.
그래서 뭐 사실 뭐 어떤 아티스트든 사실 꿈의 무대이기도 하고 슈퍼볼이라는 거 특히나 더 뭐 그쪽 문화권에 있는 아티스트들한테도 더 되게 엄청난 무대인 거라서 사실 저희는 저희 할 것들을 일단은 열심히 하고 거기에 맞게끔 주어진 대로 뭔가들을 많이 앞으로 헤쳐나가지 않을까라는 생각이 들어요. 네.
무대를 봤는데 되게 멋있는 무대더라고요. 그래서 상상을 하긴 해요. 우리는 퍼포먼스가 꽤 많은 그룹인데 만약에 우리가 한다면 저기서 우리는 어떤 무대를 할 수 있을까라고 상상을 하는데 그거는 이제 저희를 불러주셨을 때의 영역이니까
Jin, yeah, dude.
언젠가 기회가 된다면
Oh, God.
기회를 한번 노려보도록 하겠습니다.
I gotta say,
Jungkook, you grimaced when I said Super Bowl.
하고는 싶은데 뭐 불러주자 할 수 있는 거니까.
Jungkook was almost there because, you know, Usher invited him before the military.
Oh.
But yeah, it didn't work out because he went to military. So, you know, it's like officially, unofficially, I think it's the best event and show stage, you know, in the whole world. And Bad Bunny, he was amazing, and I know he's from Puerto Rico, and he's also an American. So I think there was kind of context between all of that and the flow of the everything. But yeah, we always like thought of like, what if we, you know, like do some parts in the Super Bowl? Maybe we could like collaborate with other artists like the Coldplay and like Bruno Mars did. And like Lady Gaga did with this time with Bad Bunny. You know, maybe...
I gotta say this really quick. If they do the Super Bowl, that would be the biggest performance, in my opinion, probably in, I mean, I don't know if in history or whatever, but I would definitely venture to say in modern history, I would say that that's probably one of the biggest events that we would have. Cause, dude, and honestly, too, the whole Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance, I thought it was amazing. I did a reaction to it. It's on here somewhere in the YouTube stratosphere. But I've had so many people talking bad about the Bad Bunny performance strictly because it was not English. Like, I get it if people didn't agree with the music or if they didn't like the performance or whatever. But honestly, you'd be surprised at how many people have messaged me or commented on that I just deleted the comments that are hating on him just because he's not English. And I was like, dude, really? I don't know. I didn't know. I have no idea. But anyways.
The time goes by and the thoughts in the people get to change. You know, all of the people in the world are watching like Parasites, all those great things like Korean culture. So, you know, if there's a chance, then definitely want to someday.
I wanted to ask what you all thought the first time you heard the lyrics to Jungkook's great song 7, the explicit version.
Yeah.
He's the youngest of the band. If you were shocked or amused, or if you
I love that
gave
question.
him shit on text or what?
다 컸다.
He's all grown up. Oh, God.
뭐 일주일 내내 널 사랑할
I
거야?
love you all week long.
뭐지? Love you 뭐지?
Love you.
원래는 여기인데 이제 샥한 버전이 이제 Love You고
Team
수업
version.
아니었어? 그게?
그러니까 그건 욕 버전.
그러니까 Love
배운
you
버전.
하나 이거 뭐지?
맞아요.
그러니까 뭐야 가사가 정확하게 기억이 안 나서.
I don't
Love
remember.
you on a 7 days a week.
So it was F-word before love, and a label wanted to change it to love. It was originally F-word.
Oh, God.
But I told the label, please don't change. Like,
Aw.
he's all grown up. He can sing. He can sing an F-word.
Love you only 시간 you right이다.
그러니까.
Were you at all shy to have them all hear that?
제일 안 부끄러웠을 것 같아.
부끄러운 건 없었고요. 뭐 어때? 이런 느낌이었어요.
When on 2.0, you talk about trying to leapfrog, and basically you're addressing theoretical competitors, people trying to keep up with you. But it's weird because you don't. I was trying to think who those competitors will be. That you're in your own category.
뭐 그렇다기보다는 결국 우리의 경쟁 상대는 우리라고 생각이 들어서
That's the
우리의
case, man.
다음 스텝은 무엇인가? 그러니까 우리의 그 전의 모습을 어떻게 깰 것인가를 저는 좀 생각을 했었던 것 같아요. 그래서 사실 조금 더 여유롭고 뭔가 좀 그냥 좀 가볍게 하는데 멋이 있는 그런 것들을 좀 추구하려고 많이 노력을 했고 그런 식으로 또 작업도 했고 2.0라는 곡이 또 굉장히 또 재밌게 나오지 않았나. 그리고 또
That's cool.
퍼포먼스도 또 그동안 해왔던 그런 BTS의 모습과는 달리 또 다른 여유 있는 모습을 또 보여주고 있는 것 같아서 거기에 맞게끔 또 잘 나온 것 같고. 네.
그 맨 처음 곡 작업을 할 때 키워드를
잠깐만. 콧물 나왔네.
Your nose is running. Oh, God, they're so funny.
이렇게 나와 있었어요.
It's coming out.
Thank you. 일단은
Yeah, dude.
2.0가
Just leave it in there, bud.
왜 웃지? 일단
Why is everyone
2.0가
laughing?
호비 형이 일단은 아이디어를 만들어줬어요. 이제 2.0라는 키워드 어때를
I bet this is the
호비 형이
first
던지고
Rolling
나서
Stones interview where somebody's had a
그거 좋은데?
tissue up their nose.
해서 이제 2.0라는 그런 주제로 이렇게
애초에 세션에 이렇게 있었는데
그쵸.
B, J-Hope, 정국 있었는데 그때는 이제 사실
정국이 자고 있었고
세션이다 보니까
나 진짜 너무 졸렸어. 아니 그게 비트만 들으면은 진짜 와 진짜 죽을 맛이었어.
근데 그만큼 되게 칠하게 나온 것 같아 나는 그 기분을 담아서
되게 재밌었어요.
나온 것 같아.
마늘방에서 계속 나오는데 스네어가 땅땅땅땅땅땅땅.
그쵸. 계속 그것만 했었어.
Dude, I love that part in the song.
So many cool producers on this album, and I know you're a producer yourself. And I'm curious, some moments where maybe you learned something from from a Kevin Parker, or things that may have, or maybe where they learned from you, because that's very possible too.
확실히 좀 이 작업 방식이 워낙 이제 뭐 미국 친구들이 워낙 좀 자유롭고 또 워낙 잘하다 보니까 저도 뭐 엄청 많이 배웠고 또 그 친구들이 음악에 접근하는 방식도 되게 좀 새롭고 그래서 되게 엄청 재밌게 작업을 많이 한 것 같아요.
Fire is such an incredible song, but I think that's the one where you where there's a mention of both Michael Jackson and Britney Spears.
Oh, dang.
And I was wondering if some of you might want to talk about their impact.
So, I mean, they are, they're just truly icons. And Fire's just started from the word fire because it was the most used words out of the whole session. Like when somebody likes a beat or a word or an outfit, then it's like, that's fire, that's fire, that's fire. It's like 100 times a day. We hear it like every day, and then everybody started to use the word.
So you're almost making fun of the American producers by saying, but because they keep saying it, right?
Yo, that's fire, bro. That's fire, man. It's like, so we're trying to copy them, like, yo, that's fire too, you know? So I just use that word into a song. It just perfectly matched the beat. And then I just hope it could be like a nuts song, like just mosh pit. Everyone could
Thank you, RM.
And just doing the mosh pit thing. And then
y'all heard it, okay? I've been preaching it for a while now. We need crowd surfing and we need mosh pits at BTS concerts, or at least people just jumping and having freaking wild time, dude. I love the light sticks, and if you can't mosh, don't mosh. But dude, their energy is at least hype enough where I feel like we should. There should be some type of physical something happening at BTS concerts. We're gonna actually narrow that down a little bit. There should definitely be like some jumping and stuff like that. That's what I mean at BTS concerts.
Why we use the Britney and Michael Jackson is because they are truly icons and nobody just doesn't know them. Yeah. That's all. Yeah.
2.0 was almost addressed at yourselves, you said. But I mean, if I think of any competition for you, I think of Taylor Swift, Harry Styles, Bruno Mars. If there's any competition, that's who it is.
They're greater artists than us. We're just so small. We're just a boy band from Korea. And
come on.
And actually,
come on.
Actually, 2.0
There's
is
a spider. I had to burn my whole studio almost.
It's about a lot of things.
We're gonna go back a little bit. Sorry.
A boy band from Korea.
Come on.
And actually,
come on.
Actually, 2.0 is, it's about a lot of things.
Terrifying.
I also thought about haters. Just like there are still, I think there are really people who just pray with a bottle of water in their home and then just please, BTS, just go fall down. Just please, BTS, just break apart and collapse. I think there are people, something like that. And just we're thinking about,
Probably.
Okay, guys, for 2-3 years, we have been apart, to all the ministry, and 3 years passed, and people are still, there are armies waiting for us. The world is waiting for us. So you guys had your little fun, and then knock, knock, and pew, pew, and bye. That's it.
Yeah.
BTS, collectively, thanks so much for joining me, and again, welcome back to the cover of Rolling Stone.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you.
Knock, knock, knocking. That is so funny, dude. Man, I am stoked. So we're going to actually directly after stop recording this, I'm going to start recording the JK one. We've already got RM up, and then we're going to be going through. We're going to get all 7 interviews done, and they will all be up over on our Patreon as well. We're going to be doing, so this weekend I'm going to be going to El Paso and seeing BTS live in El Paso. And then after that, we're going to be doing a live reaction to the full concert that they have just recently done at the Tokyo Dome. And then any of the full concerts from there, since I've already gone and seen them live, we'll be going to, we'll be posting the full concert reactions and be doing a couple of different nights. And especially if they do new songs and stuff like that, we'll be doing those reactions over on our Patreon as well too. And I'm stoked to be getting into that because, man, I've been seeing stuff and I'm blown away by it. But either way, love you guys to death. If you'll need anything at all, please message me. All of my socials are at John Reeves Live. Spread some positivity out there. Be kind to each other. And I will catch y'all later. Friggin' toodles. Bye.